begin. Let's begin seated. Go ahead and have a seat on your mat. And if you've got something to sit on, and if that feels nice for you, you can find a nice, comfortable place to be, grounded into the earth. Just taking a moment to find a position that feels right and comfortable for you right now. Give your tail a little wag so that you can kind of make a connection to the earth in a way that feels like you're kind of nestling in, opening your pelvis and sitting bones and legs and feet down, down, down into the earth. Taking a couple breaths just to arrive into this moment. And allow your breaths to be just a little bit bigger, a little bit more expansive than you normally would. And this energy within inside of us. So what is that? What does that feel like? What does that feel like in you? And you may have an answer, you may not. And you may be called to move, or you may be more attracted to stillness. So just see what your energy wants, how the energy within the container of your body wants to move your body. And you may find yourself moving, you may still be in stillness, but just do a quick scan up the energy centers of your body. So we started with the base, the core, rooting down, Mula Bandha, our connection to earth. And we'll move up through, if you want, you can place your hand over your low belly and just give it a little rub. And see if you can tune into, like, what does it feel like here today? What am I bringing? What is brought to me? And moving on up to just under solar plexus, around solar plexus, just under ribs. You can rub the whole belly if that felt good, and just tap into that space. I'm not going to name any of them or put any descriptors on them. Just check in with yourself. Drawing energy awareness up to your heart space, in your chest. What happens when you notice that area of your body, that area within you? And rising further into the throat chakra, throat center. What's here? What arises? Who has arrived? And then rising further up between the brows into the third eye center, touching lightly, or I'm rubbing. Again, you may be moving, or there may be stillness. And then just connecting with the crown chakra, the chakra, like the root that roots down, the crown chakra rises up, rising into infinity, into the space above. And now find some movement, and I'm not going to dictate it. It could be some cat and cow type movements. There could be some swirls or spirals. Find your breath within this movement and see if you can connect with all of those energy centers as you're exploring just your own natural movement, side to side, front to back, little swirls. Notice your pelvis and your shoulders and your head and neck. Notice your breath, just arriving into this practice with some lovely flow. Let's go ahead and now I'll dictate some movement. And again, if what I'm saying doesn't quite work with what you're wanting, just follow your own flow. So let's let the arms kind of have a little dance through the shoulders and through the heart center. So let the elbows move and the fingers and the wrists move. Imagine a wave moving through your body from fingertips on right hand to fingertips on left hand, like a channel of energy moving through you. And let that move your rib cage a little bit, and draw the hands to the ribs, the sides of the ribs, and just push with one hand into the other, and allow there to be some movement through the ribs, and notice how that affects other parts of your body. how that affects and invites your breath in and out. And then drawing energy and attention to your belly. Imagine you could stir the pot of your belly with a big circle through your hips and through the belly, forward and side and back and side, churning the energy there. Allowing your head now to be the center of movement. If big full circles through the head feels good, please take it. If smaller semicircles or even less feels good, take that. But allow yourself to explore movement there. Notice how that affects other parts of your being. Somehow I'm wanting to move my arms and my wrists a little bit. And now for a moment, we'll just come to stillness. And just experience what's inside. Taking about 3 breaths. Reaching the arms out wide and high. Inhale, interlace the fingers and draw the palms skyward, dropping shoulders down. Let the heart and chest lift and bloom. Breath in. Exhale, press down with the palms. Let the head drop down, chin tuck in the chest. Inhale, reach wide and high. Interlace fingers, lengthen, open. Exhale, press down. Chin drops to chest. 2 more. Inhale, reaching up. Maybe looking up. Exhale, pressing down and looking down. Last one. Inhale, up. And this time, exhaling, left hand comes to outer right thigh. Take a little twist. Right hand comes back behind you. And just take your time with this. Left hand presses right thigh in toward midline, and the rest of your torso spins to the right. Spinning through all those energy centers. Give a little circle out for that right shoulder. And let your gaze go past your right shoulder. Let your chin drop down toward that right shoulder and widen and broaden the back shoulder blade, the back scapula on the left, opening the front chest on the right. Keeping this twist, let your gaze go to the left and look down to that left heart center and open the right shoulder blade just a little bit more. Open the right chest, 1 more breath. And let's come back to center and just stir it up again through the whole body. Reaching the arms wide and high, big breath in. And twist off to the other side. Right hand comes down, left hand comes back behind, and spin. So that right hand draws the left thigh in towards center, in toward midline. And in opposition, belly, ribs, heart, throat, eyes, spin toward the left. Just let your breath deepen you into this experience. Give a little circle out for that left shoulder. Let your gaze open to the left and let the back of the right side open as the front of the left side opens. Opening, twisting. Turn your gaze toward the right now, keeping the rest of the body spinning to the left, although the knees are drawing to the right. 1 more breath. Let's unwind and just come back to neutral. Bringing your right hand to your left ear comes down toward right shoulder. Fingertips walk away from the midline and lift your right hand off, let it alight off the ground, and lift your fingertips up toward the sky and open the inner wrist on that left side. And then draw the fingertips in toward the inner wrists, opening the back of the wrist on the left arm, left hand. Wiggle those left fingers. Gently release, just move it around. Left hand comes to right ear, left ear toward left shoulder. Let your jaw unlock. Let your mouth open a little bit. And walk your right hand over to the right and lift your right fingertips up toward the sky and open the inner right wrist. And breathe into these spaces. Tucking your chin just slightly. Turning the fingertips in now toward the inner wrist and wiggling those fingers. Big stretch for the back of the wrist. And gently release. And just take a moment to tuck your chin to your chest and draw your hands to the back of your neck. And just take a nice swoop and swipe along the back of the neck, opening the back and the neck, the back of the shoulders. You can draw your elbows in close toward one another here. And let's just release that. And then give a squeeze to the shoulders and lift your chin up toward the sky. And let your fingers massage your big trapezius muscles there, and even maybe around your neck. But let the support of your hands allow the throat to open and the chin to lift toward the sky. If you want, you can bring the lower jaw up above the upper jaw, and let your chin just really slowly open a little tiny bit side to side. Take one more breath here. And then just let the hands kind of drip down the chest and shake out. And let's find our way to all fours. And just take a moment, walk out each leg. We've been seated for a while. So just lengthen one leg back and then the other, coming on the ball of each foot. And just walk it out like this a few times. Pressing one heel back and then the other, opening the back of the knee and the calf. Breathing into that. Last two, just like that. And then come on back to tabletop and right away into cats and cows. So on inhale, lift, chin, chest, eyes, and tail. And on exhale, round this out. And tuck chin and tuck tail. And to honor the Shakti, the movement within you, either continue with this very, very straightforward opening and closing, or if you're more delighted and interested, just let your body swirl and spiral, hips and shoulders and head and neck. Just finding the creative force within you, that which just moves you. In the way that we can sort of get out of the bondage of boredom in our homes and notice the inner world. There's so much here to get excited about and interested in. Let's curl the toes under and draw the hips back toward those heels as you're on the balls of the feet, working with those ankles, arms outstretched in front, forehead drops to or toward the floor, reach long. Just wiggle waggle your shoulders a little bit, your head, your hips. And come on back to center and uncurl those toes and tap the tops of the feet. This might sound loud, but go ahead, give it a try. Beautiful. And then reach that right leg back behind you. And lengthen the left arm forward. And circle out wrist and ankle. Circle in both directions. The joints are a place where energy can really flow and move. So reach long through arm and leg, inhaling. And exhaling, round in elbow to knee. And inhale, reach out long and lift and look up. And exhale, round and squeeze. Inhale, reach it, lengthen. Exhale, round. One last, inhale, reach. Exhale, round, squeeze that belly strong. Hold it for 3. Tucking chin, 2. Squeeze it in, one more breath. And expand it out, breath in. Left hand comes down. See if you can keep your right leg floating in space. If not, bring it to the floor. And then launch your right arm up to the sky. And find this gentle balance. And if you can, draw your right foot in front of you toward your belly button, kicking forward. Inhale. And then exhale, draw back. Inhale, press heel forward. Exhale, draw back. 2 more. Inhaling. Exhale, last one. If your foot's on the floor, just keep it there. Let's all meet with the right foot to the floor and reach the right arm overhead and expand into that right side. Last breath. Come on back through center. Take a pause in the middle and just come into a quick plank pose. So just lift and lengthen the back legs, draw the heels back and the crown of the head forward, and breathe into this core strength. Lifting the belly, lifting the thighs, lengthening through heels and crown of head. We'll take about 5 breaths. And if you want, you can lift one leg off and then the other, just for the last 3 breaths, like you're taking that walk. One more breath. And then let's meet on all fours. Breath in, breath out. Left leg reaches back behind, right arm lengthens forward, and circle out your wrist and ankle. And circle in both directions. And just take a moment to grab through the center and lengthen out through the bones of arm and leg. Breath in. Exhale, round and squeeze in elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Just moving with this energy. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Last one, reach it out. Round it in and stay. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Really squeeze the belly in and lift the knee toward the chest and draw the elbow toward that knee. One more breath. And expand it out. Big breath in. If it's possible, left leg stays floating in space. If not, left foot comes to floor. Reaching the left arm high to the sky. Inhale. And if it's possible, exhale, kick forward. Inhale, lengthen, back to the side. Exhale, kick forward. 2 more. Inhale, reach it. Exhale, kick it forward. Last one, lengthen it. And kick it forward. And then let's all place the left leg down and reach the right arm overhead and lengthen through that whole left side, left arm overhead, sorry. One more breath. And let's come on back to the plank pose, lifting both knees off the floor. And we'll take about 5 breaths. And this time, if you want to play with it, lifting one hand off the mat and then the other. So just taking turns with that. If you liked lifting one leg off and then the other, you could try that in addition or instead of. We'll take about 3 more breaths. Feeling your core strength. Feeling what's possible. Knees could always come down. Modifications always there for you. One more big breath in. And exhale, we'll press back to downward facing dog. And walk your hands as wide as your mat. And for the moment, walk your feet as wide as your mat. And press your hips high to the sky toward where the wall and the ceiling meet. And spread your palms and draw your shoulder blades down the back and wide away from center. Rolling your inner elbows forward toward the front of your mat. And lifting your hips and your inner thighs high in opposition to those inner arms moving forward. The inner thighs draw back. And just give yourself a big wide open breath through the sails of your ribs. Walking your feet together, launch your right leg on up to the sky and bend the knee and roll your hip open. And let's take a nice churn out, circling that right knee in space. It could be a small circle or a big one. And be sure to circle in both directions, kind of churning the Shakti energy in the pelvis, so lovely. And then we'll meet right leg high to the sky, big breath in. And exhale, squeeze in knee to nose and hold it there for a couple of breaths. Lifting that chest, that knee up toward your chest, dropping your chin in. One more breath, lift that knee a little higher, and then step the right foot forward. If you have blocks, you can place them to either side of your front foot, just for some stability, some connection. Let's come into a lunge. So right knee is bent and left leg is straight. Extend through the back heel. And just take a moment, reach your arms back in a sort of cape-like fashion, lifting the heart, broadening the heart, lengthening through the back leg, inhale. Exhale, hands plant to those blocks, straighten both legs and bow over the front leg. Let your head release. Maybe even shake out your head. Hands might be on blocks or not. We're going to take these same actions again. So right knee bends, come up on the ball of the left foot, reach the arms back, lift the heart. And exhale, hands plant, hips draw back. We're just going to move with our breath. So inhale, lift. Maybe hands stay on blocks, maybe not, maybe the heart lifts. Exhale, fold. 2 more. Inhaling. And exhaling. And 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Pulling hips back. Pausing there. Lifting right toes off of the floor. So just the heel is on the floor of that right foot. You can place a block under the ball of that foot and bow into this. Spreading out the ankle, the back, the Achilles, the calf. Bowing the head. 1 more breath. Let's gently release and fly into standing split. Left leg flows to the sky, head drops heavy. And you may need your blocks, you may not. You may want to challenge your balance, locking your hands to your ankle, one or the other or both. You could also try a little handstand hop. And meanwhile, that back leg is courageously launching toward the sky. Head is bowing, bowing, bowing. 1 more breath. Feel the fullness of this moment. And then we'll step back strong into our plank pose. Breath in. And exhale all the way down to the floor. Come on down. And reach your arms back. And interlace your fingers and lift your chest. And lift your thighs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And find a gaze just down toward the mat so the back of the neck is long. And we'll roll from one side to the other. So roll onto your left side and press your right leg back behind you. And then come back to center and roll to the other side, pressing your left foot back behind you. A couple more like this, just rolling. Noticing how your head can stay relaxed. It may want to come to the floor. 1 more round. Let's come back to center. Bring your feet to the floor and hands by ribs and rise your way up a little higher. Straightening through the arms. They can still be gently bent, but straighten the arms further, lifting the chest, squeezing the butt and reaching long through the legs. Take a breath here. Inhale. And then exhale, high plank. Breath in. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a nice sigh out. And give your head a little nod out, shake out. Second side, left leg launches to the sky. Bend the knee, roll open. And take some nice circles with that left leg, that left knee. Circling in both directions. Launching the left leg high, big breath. Exhale, squeeze in, round in, and pause. Lifting that knee toward the sky. Tucking the chin in and rounding the back gently. Squeezing the belly in strong. 1 more breath. Let's step the left foot forward. If you like your blocks, find them. Find your balance and rise on up. And reach the arms back in that airplane pose. And then we're just going to move it into a different position. So this time we'll take the goddess arms. So the elbows are wide, they're in line with the shoulders, and the wrists are in line with those elbows. So find this open-hearted lift. The back leg is strong and long, breath in. Exhale, hands plant and straighten both legs and bow over the front leg. Pull your hips back. Head drops heavy. And we're gonna move with our breath between the two. So inhale, lifting heart high, goddess arms, elbows wide, heart, chest open, maybe the eyes look up. Exhale, hands plant, pull back, bow heavy. And just move through your own pacing. Maybe you're choosing just to stay really still with it. Notice what brings your energy, your inner energy, joy, and balance. What do you need more of in your body, in your practice, in your life? Take a breath. Let's meet with ourselves in pyramid pose, bowing over the front leg. Hands could be on blocks or floor. You could also seek out a balance if that felt interesting to you. On each exhale, squeeze the belly in for a little extra churn through the middle. Last couple breaths. If you want, lift the 5 toes of that left foot. So you're just on the heel and the block can come under the ball of the foot. Pull the hips back, bow the head heavy. 2 more breaths. And let's fly into our standing split. Right leg flows to the sky, head drops heavy. Come out of this, don't sit in the hip joint, but rise out of it while still spreading the foot, that left foot. Rising out of your hip joint, reaching the right leg high to the sky. Have fun with it. Take another breath. And let's step back strong, high plank. This time flowing straight to Chaturanga, just hovering. Inhale, upward facing dog. Maybe thighs are off the floor, maybe not. Exhale, pull back, downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a sigh out. Bend your knees, look forward, spring step or float to the front. Lift and lengthen, flat spine, reach out long. Exhale, fold it on, bow. Inhale, we rise, rise, rise to standing. And exhale, gather at the heart. And just take a moment to feel. Feel what's inside. Feel the energy moving through you, pulsating, giving every cell of your body life and allowance, nourishment. And let's flow with that. Reach the arms high. Exhale, fold, bow, flowing on down. Belly strong. Inhale, reach out, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step or jump at high plank. Chaturanga, low push-up. Inhale, up dog. And flow it back, downward facing dog. Reach your right leg high to the sky. Bend the knee and roll your hip open. And then let's step the right foot forward, high lunge. Inhale, reaching on up. Big breath in. Exhale, now bend the elbows so the hands come behind you to the back. The fingertips are face down. Elbows come in close to the body. And go ahead and lift your heart. And let your head just nestle back in those arms. Take a breath here. We're gonna fly into an eagle pose. So wrap the left leg up and around over the right leg. And then let the left arm come underneath, snaking around the right. And just dip your hips and squeeze your belly in. And if it feels right for you, lower your elbows towards your knees. Long, flat, intensely strong spine. Take a breath. Rise up, inhale. We'll swing wide, warrior 2. And just take a moment to come up on the ball of your right foot. So opening the ankle a little bit. See what's possible for you. And then come up on the heel of that foot, lifting the toes. And just play a little bit with the ankle. If this is painful, do not do it. If it's not possible, do not do it, obviously. And then just take a moment, hands to hips, and find your lower body connected to the earth in this warrior 2 stance. Reaching your arms wide, turning your palms open. Inhale, reverse your warrior and straighten out your right leg. Hinging your hips back. Long expanse through the right side, tremendous expanse. If you like a half bind with your left arm around toward the front of your right thigh, and reach, reach, reach. Spread long through that right side. Let your right hand land, could be on a block, could be on the shin, could be on the floor. Still expansive through the spine, and spin your heart toward the sun. The sun's under there somewhere. It's rainy here today in Boston. Engage the legs and grip the earth a little bit with your toes, and then re-extend those legs. You can kind of come in and out of that as the heart spins. Last 2 breaths. If you want, lift the left fingertips high to the sky for this full expression of the pose. And let's return to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And we're gonna come into our half moon Ardha Chandrasana. Right hand steps forward of pinky toe. Take your block with you if you like. Karate kicking your left leg up into space. If you want, you can challenge your balance. Take 3 breaths. If you want, you can bend your back knee and reach for your back foot. 2. Last breath. And let's just gently step the left foot to meet the right. And take a moment and rise up. And come up on your tippy toes, lifting your heels off the floor. Just find your balance. How high can you come? Draw your hands to your heart. Still on your tippy toes. Inhale the arms high. Now we're gonna fold forward. See if you can stay on your tippy toes. Folding, bowing, maybe you're going slower on your tippy toes, maybe the heels, it's time for them to come down. Just listen to your body. Lift and lengthen, flat back, pause. Just spread your toes out. Lift one set of toes off the floor, then the other, just to release. And then go ahead, step back strong, high plank. And chaturanga, exhale, low push-up. And find your way, upward dog. Maybe thighs come to the floor, maybe not. And flow on back, exhale, downward facing dog, breath in and a sigh out. Ha, shake out your head. Lift your left leg to the sky, bend the knee and roll open. Take a breath. And we'll step forward into the lunge. Finding your balance, finding your high lunge. And then bend the elbows, placing your hands down your back. Elbows snuggling close to your head and fingertips are in a prayer. Fingertips flowing down toward the earth. Feel the strength of your legs and the lift of your heart. Lift up through those elbows, drop through the shoulders. Lift through the heart and sink through the hips. Take a breath here, inhale. We're gonna fly into our eagle pose. So right leg swings up and around and right arm swings underneath left. And tuck your chin just a little bit. And find your balance. Maybe your foot has to come to the floor, that's fine. Just feel the fullness of the moment. If it feels good, bow. Elbows coming toward knees. Breathing deep into the experience. Take a breath. And let's swing wide, warrior 2. And play with the ankle again. Come up, lift the back, lift the left heel. And then lift the left toes. And just work with that a couple times. Lifting heel, lifting toes. Settling back into the position. Spreading all 10 toes. Give a little shimmy out to your shoulders. Finding that Shakti energy, free-flowing energy within you and all around you. Turn your palms open, reverse your warrior. Straighten your left leg. If it feels nice, wrap your right arm around your back toward the front of your left thigh and let that hand invite the hips to reach back, back, back towards your back heel as the left side body stays long and reaches and reaches and reaches. Finally coming down. maybe to a block. Spreading the breath into your body in this beautiful triangle pose. Reaching out through the crown chakra, lengthening back through the root chakra. Opening the energy inside for 3. If you like, launch the right fingertips to the sky. 2. Open your heart through your arms. 1 last breath. We'll fly into our half moon. Left hand steps forward of pinky toe and go. Back leg is karate kicking. It's like a long dragonfly tail. Crown of head reaching forward. If you like, bend your back knee, reach for your back foot. Open the front of that right thigh. Open your heart. Take 1 last breath. And we'll step the right foot to meet the left and just gently, gently rise. And just let your body have a little dance, a little flow. Breath in. And hands to the heart. Breathe into it. Let your energy inside come alive and be balanced. Let the breath support that balancing. Let's lift up onto the balls of our feet. Reach the arms high. See if you can lift your heels even higher, maybe, maybe not. And let's try it out, full bow. Maybe the heels stay high, maybe the heels drop down. Reach out long, flat back. Step back to your plank pose, pause. And we'll gently lower down to our bellies. And just take a moment to rest. So turn your chin to one side, your head to one side, or make a little pillow with your hands. Integrate the standing series. Wag your tail if it feels right. If you like, you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs side to side. And we're going to lengthen those legs back out and bring the forehead down to the floor. Turn your palms to face down into the earth and really spread those palms and let the palms soak up the earth energy. Lengthen through the legs. Reach long through the crown of the head. And then interlace your hands behind you and let's rise into a locust pose. Lift the legs, lift the chest, lengthen through the crown of the head, breath in and out. Reach the arms out wide to the side in a wide T and lift a little higher. Lift the legs a little higher, lift your chest a little higher. Reach the arms forward now into a flying squirrel. Lift the legs, lift the arms, take a breath. Reach out to the side, lift a little higher, bend the knees and reach for your feet or ankles. And you may bow out a little bit and bring the thighs back down. You may lift even higher, lifting the thighs, lifting your chest, lifting, maybe even the chin, the throat. Take a breath. Feel the fullness of this moment for you. And release, press back, child pose. Hips to heels, arms long. Forehead to the floor, the earth. Where does your energy come from? Where do you gather your energy? Where do you give and send your energy? Do you keep some for you? Couple more breaths. Let's rise, rise, rise. And we'll meet in seated. And we'll work a little bit with the feet and the ankles. So find a position that's comfortable for you to sit. Take your hands to your feet. And just let the hands touch the feet. We were talking last week about how nice it feels for the hands to touch the feet, but give them a massage today. So you can use your thumbs or your palms, touching the soles of the feet. Give a little touch to the big toes with each hand touching each big toe, and really, really circle that out and work that joint out with your fingers and your thumbs. And then give some pressure points down the inseam of your foot, of each foot. You can use your body. You can bring the hands to around the ankles. I'm using my fingers and just kind of massaging around there. This is sex organs in the reflexology. And work the tops of the feet, where the long bones of the feet are. Swiping away. This is an area for immunity in the reflexology tradition. So really working that area. And then let's thread the right fingers through the left toe spaces, like we did last week a little bit, something like this. And we're gonna give the ankles a little stir. So the left hand comes to support the left shin, and the right hand is circling and turning the ankle both directions. Give your foot a little shake. And then give it a little wiggle. And then we'll rock the baby. If you like, you can bring your elbows, the crooks of the elbows, to either side of that shin, into the foot, flexed, and into the left knee. Take one more breath like this, and place the left foot to the outside of the right leg extended. And then hug the right arm around that left bent knee, and find your height. And launch the left arm skyward, and take a breath here. And then rainbow the left arm around the back, and we'll take that spin like we did at the beginning of class, spinning, spinning, turning, drawing the belly in, really working out all the kinks through the whole of your body. How much can you open and release? Take another breath, feel the fullness of the pose. And we'll gently release. And now we'll place the left heel to the inside of the pelvis. Left heel comes to left side of pelvis, right leg is still extended. And just turn and face that left leg and just give it a little rub, a little love and connection. And then go ahead and place your left hand to the outside of the right thigh and spin in the other direction. Just for a couple breaths, draw the belly in and spin. And now we slide left hand down, left leg. Coming into Janu Sirsasana, so that's the knee kissing pose. So you may be able to touch your forehead all the way to your knee or shin, or you may just blow a kiss. So lengthen out your spine and bow your head on down, flexing the right foot, staying alive through the right leg, lengthening and bowing. Maybe shaking out your head a little bit. 2 more breaths. And release and rise. And bring both feet to the floor and just windshield wiper a little bit side to side. And then fling off all your cares and worries. Fling. Flinging the arms and lifting the hips if it feels right. Hips could stay grounded too. Last one. Whoosh. Come on back to center. And we'll go ahead and this time thread the left fingers through the spaces of the right foot. And we're gonna churn and circle out that ankle. So see what's possible. The right arm is supporting the right shin and the left hand is guiding the opening for this ankle. Give it a little shake, give it a little shake. And then we'll go ahead and rock the baby or strum your cello. If you can hold around the shin, that's lovely. If not, no worries. Take another breath. Right foot comes to the outside of the left leg and hug around and spin and twist and lift your heart. Draw the knee in, right arm's behind you. Find your full length with this. Take another breath. And gently unwind. And bring your right heel to the right side of your pelvis. Take a moment to connect in with your sitting bones to the earth. If you need to move anything out of the way to get there, please do. And then turn your attention to that left leg extended and just give it a nice loving rub. Love it up. This touch just moves energy through too. Maybe you can feel that. And then bring your right hand to the outside of the left thigh and take a twist in the opposite direction. Little counter pose to our first twist. Take a breath. And then slide the right hand down somewhere along that left leg. Maybe it comes all the way to the foot. Maybe it lands somewhere in the shin. It doesn't matter. You could use a strap if you want to have that kind of connection, but just twist and lengthen and blow a kiss to your knee or touch your forehead down all the way to that leg. See what comes for you. Last couple of breaths. Really lengthening out, out, out. Long, long, long. Crown of head reaching in one direction, tail lengthening back in the other. 2 more breaths. And we'll rise. And this time we'll just find our way to lying on our backs and hug the knees into the chest. And this time take the rock onto your back and just rock side to side. Let your head follow your knees side to side. And then we'll take happy baby, taking hands to soles of feet or creases of knees and keep rocking. And then kick out through one leg and then the other. Keep rocking. Let your head follow each rock. And then if you can, land in the center and find your wide-legged split, whatever that looks like to you. Let your hands guide your inner thighs open. And we're gonna go ahead and lift the chest and reach the hands through those inner thighs. We still got a little core in us. Pulsing up for 10, exhale 9, exhale 8, lift chest, exhale 7, exhale 6, lifting 5, 4, belly strong, 3, 2, 1, lift the legs to the sky, reaching, pulsing, 10, 9. If you need to support your head with your hand, do so. 6, 5, 4, 3, opposite hand to opposite elbow, or hands could be behind head, for 10, lift 9, lift 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and hug in. Take a breath in and a good sigh out. Ah. Lengthening your legs out on the mat. If there's any last minute pose that your body would like during Shavasana, please take it. Before Shavasana, rather. Or if there's any place you'd like to touch to just send some attention and loving energy there, please do that. Go ahead and find any comforts or supports you might need for Shavasana. Maybe something underneath the sole, underneath the knees, or covering your eyes, or a little blanket. Settling in with a big breath in and a nice grounding back into the earth. Integrating, letting go. Scanning again, perhaps the body as we did at the beginning. Receiving the benefits of the practice. Hmm. Could you let go a little bit more? Hmm. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Inhaling full, deep, and slow. And letting go. One more time like that. Big, full, deep breath. Open wide. Exhale, release. Wiggling fingers and toes. And letting your head roll easy side to side. Oof. Maybe there's a stretch, a wide open stretch in there for you. See what comes. And when you're ready, roll onto your side and just hugging close as you roll onto your side there. And just take a moment to give yourself a nice hug on your side. A loving, accepting, nourishing hug. An encouraging hug, a little pat on the back, maybe for coming to class today, or maybe trying something on that's, a little different. Really acknowledge and honor that in yourself. And when you're ready, rise on up to seated. Use your hands and your legs. Let your chest face down toward the floor as you rise, rise, rise. Landing in your seat where we started. So connecting again to the earth through your legs and your pelvis and your feet. Checking in with each of those energy centers along the way up the central channel of your body, and maybe it even radiates out. Maybe you are called to come into a little gentle movement to honor each part of yourself, of your being. And draw your hands to your heart and touch in there. And really take the time to connect to your heart space, to that which is really true and dear to you. And things shift all the time. So maybe the heart is wide open today, or maybe it's like a really tiny little closed off tight nut. So wherever you are, just acknowledge and just love that. We'll actually bow our heads down to our hands and our heart and connect in hands, head, and heart. And then let your hands rise to your third eye center. Lift your head back up and let your thumbs touch very lightly to that place between the brows, and just give a soft little gentle pet to your third eye, just encouraging it to be a a shining divine light for you as you move through today, as you move through this week. I will bow. I honor you and receive your honor as well. Namaste. It's recognizing one another's light. So beautiful. So finding yourself back here. Aw.